Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here, because today's video covers a sensitive story that deserves care, compassion, and clarity. Our focus is on actress Hazel Kaya, her kindness, her choices as a mother, and a recent moment in which she used her platform to help someone in urgent need. Please watch through to the end so you have the full context. If you appreciate responsible storytelling, remember to like the video, subscribe for more updates, and if you'd like to support the channel further, click the join button below. Now, let's begin. Over the past few years, Hazel Kaya has become known not only for her performances on screen but also for the way she lives off-screen quietly, thoughtfully, and with a strong sense of responsibility. She is open about how motherhood has shifted her priorities. Rather than chasing every script or stepping into every opportunity, she has been selective. That is not a retreat. It is an intentional recalibration. She has stepped back from the noise to step closer to what matters most: her children, her family, her well-being, and the quality of the projects she eventually chooses. People often assume success in entertainment is measured by constant visibility. Hazel demonstrates another path. She has built a reputation on discipline, depth, and honesty, and she carries that same integrity into her personal life. When you see her reappear with a short interview or a thoughtful post, it usually has a purpose, never hype for the sake of hype, and never drama for attention. That is why this week's development felt so powerful. On her social media, Hazel amplified calls for urgent blood donations linked to a serious accident involving someone close to her circle. She did not dramatize the moment. She did not exploit it. She simply shared the necessary information and encouraged people who were able to donate to step forward. For many of us, those posts were a jolt. A reminder that behind the images and premieres, real emergencies can arrive without warning, and that our online communities can be mobilized to save lives. Let's talk about how these calls work and why they matter. When there is a severe injury or an unexpected surgery, hospitals may issue urgent requests for specific blood types. In a country as interconnected as Turkey, a single repost from a well-known public figure can reach thousands of potential donors in minutes. That speed can be the difference between shortage and sufficiency. Hazal's decision to use her voice illustrates what social platforms were designed to do at their best: point attention toward the practical, concrete actions that can help. As her posts circulated, speculation surged in the comments. Some fans tried to guess the identity of the injured person. Others tagged names of famous friends. Here, we need to be careful. Compassion does not require disclosure of private medical details, and guessing games help no one. Whether the patient is a celebrity or a neighbor, privacy and dignity remain essential. If the family wants names shared, they will share them. If not, our role is to honor their choice while still responding to the need for donors. Hazel has always modeled that line with care, raising awareness while respecting boundaries, and that model is worth following. Her call to action also highlighted something profound about the way she has changed. Since becoming a mother, parenthood tends to strip life down to essentials: health, safety, love, time. When a crisis strikes a friend or colleague, those priorities crystallize. You could feel that clarity in the tone of her posts. There was no performance in her words, only urgency and empathy, the kind any parent recognizes. That is perhaps why so many people responded quickly, sharing donation information across cities and networks, offering transport for volunteers, and checking local blood banks for availability. Let's pause here and speak directly to anyone who feels powerless during moments like these. You have more influence than you think. If you are eligible to donate blood, your contribution can support surgeries, cancer treatments, traumatic injuries, and complicated births. If you are not eligible, you can still help by sharing verified requests from official channels, organizing carpools for friends who can donate, or simply reminding your community that supplies are needed year-round, not just when an emergency goes viral. Small, consistent actions add up. Another important note: in crisis, misinformation spreads quickly. Hazal's own approach, brief, factual, and focused on what people could do, reduced confusion. You can amplify that approach by double-checking details before reposting, using the hospital's or blood bank's hotline when available, and avoiding unconfirmed claims. In the rush to help, accuracy saves time, and time saves lives. Now, a word about fan reactions. The overwhelming majority of messages in response to Hazal's posts were supportive prayers, encouragement, and gratitude. But a minority tried to turn the moment into gossip by attaching specific names and dramatic theories. It is understandable that people who love these artists feel deeply connected to their lives. But this is the kind of moment where restraint is a form of respect. The person who needs blood is a human being first. Their relatives are human beings first. If we keep that truth at the center, we will make better choices in how we talk about them. What does all of this reveal about Hazel Kaya right now? It shows a woman who, despite stepping back from constant production schedules, has never stepped away from her community. She could have stayed quiet. She could have said, "This is not my responsibility." Instead, she acted, and her action was simple and effective. Share the request, encourage donors, then step out of the spotlight so the right people can do what needs to be done. There is a quiet kind of leadership in that. It is the kind that does not crave credit, only outcomes. This moment also reframes how we might view her future work. When she chooses her next role, she will bring to it not just skill but the lived weight of these years' motherhood, advocacy, and a clearer sense of what matters. Audiences respond to that kind of grounded presence. It gives performances depth that cannot be manufactured, and it reminds the industry that purpose and artistry are not separate. They can reinforce each other. If you came to this video hoping for a sensational headline, I invite you to accept something better. A true story about generosity. An artist saw a need and asked for help. Her followers responded. Lives may have been changed because strangers chose to act. That may not trend as loudly as a rumor, but it is more meaningful and far more beautiful. Before we close, let's focus on what you can do today. If you are in good health, consider registering as a regular blood donor with your local blood service. Learn your blood type if you do not know it. Keep a list of donation centers near you and the documents they require. When you see an urgent call, check whether a specific type is needed and whether any temporary shortages are affecting your area. And beyond blood donation, look for ways to support families in crisis. Meal trains, childcare offers, or quiet check-ins after the immediate emergency passes. Crisis response is a sprint. Recovery is a marathon. To Hazel Kaya, if this message reaches you, thank you for demonstrating how influence can be used briefly, effectively, and with respect. To the family dealing with the accident, we wish you strength and privacy. To everyone who shared information, waited in line to donate, or simply held the situation in their thoughts, you have shown what a community can do when it chooses care over curiosity. If you found value in this conversation, please like the video so that more people see it, and subscribe for future stories that treat public figures as people first. If you want to support the channel more directly, the join button is right below this video. In the comments, tell me, how can we, as a community, respond better and faster when urgent medical needs arise? Your suggestions might help someone tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, for listening, and for caring. Take good care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.